Hi, this is Bob Kraus from Facilities Operations. I'm going to be doing the key management training, controlling access to your department's spaces. In this training, you will learn the terminology of key management, design and aspects of key management, and also how to access and use the SimpleK web application to perform key management functions. So let's look at some terminology. First of all, a door. We have a door, and in the knob is a core or cylinder, and that core or cylinder is associated with a change key. That change key contains a combination that will only turn the associated cylinder. Now, a master key is a key that will actually open a group of doors that contains a combination that will turn a group of associated cylinders. And in our grand scheme of things, we have the Great Grandmaster, which opens just about, or a very large portion of the doors on campus. And below that are the Building Masters, and the Building Master will open just about all the doors in a building. And then Submasters, which open groups of doors. And then, of course, the change keys, which open a single door. A key copy is a physical key cut to the specifications of the key record. So when you order a key, you get a key copy. Masters, submasters, and change keys can all have key copies cut from them. The key holder is the person to which the key copy has been assigned. So if you have keys in your pocket, you are a key holder. And the key holder has physical custody and the responsibility of maintaining the security of that key. The key manager is a person who's designated to manage the issuance of key copies in their group, and you've been selected for that. The key manager is also known as the access coordinator, will be able to order keys and approve keys for doors associated with your department. The key management software that we're going to use is called SimpleK. And it's accessed through a browser by going to https://simpleK.mst.edu/SimpleK. We're going to demo that in just a moment. When you get there, you'll be required to log in with your network login name and password. Ordering keys is a two-step process. There's requesting a key, and then there's the approval of that request. Now, for ordering key copies within your area of responsibility, your department or work group, you will be able to request and then approve those requests. If you request access for doors in other departments or higher access keys like master keys, they may be approved by another key manager. And now we're going to demonstrate the key management software. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate using the SimpleK web application. I've opened a browser here, and I'm going to go ahead and type in https://simpleK.mst.edu/SimpleK. Go ahead and enter there, and I'll be required to sign in. I'm going to use my username. You don't have to put, as a matter of fact, don't put @umsystem or @mst.edu here, just your username and then your password. All right. Now I'm in SimpleK. I would suggest that you create a bookmark of this so that you can get here easily. Now you'll notice we have some buttons on the left And then we also have a button on the right. Most importantly here, we're going to request some keys. So I'm going to click on Requests and Orders. And you can see here I have a request out there already. I'm going to click on New Key Request. And here I can fill this out. Now, first of all, I want to put in the recipient. That's the key holder, the person that I'm ordering keys for. So let's see. I know that Laura Test needs some keys. Don't worry about the reason. Now, I can order keys two different ways. I can order them if I know the 5-character key number, or if I know the building and the door that I need the key for. So first of all, I'm going to put in here the 5-character key number. As I start typing, you'll notice that the list auto-populates. Now I can use the list. I can scroll up and down, find the one that I need, or I can continue typing. We'll ignore that right there. So you'll notice that once I selected that key, it automatically put it in a list here. This is kind of like our shopping cart. A shopping cart or a list will be able to add or remove keys from this list, and we can do that until we press submit. So let's see, I'm going to use the building and door now. I'm going to click on building, and I'm going to go to general services, and I need a key 103. So now I have that, and then I can click add. So those are two ways that you can get keys onto the list. Now let's take a look at the list for a second. First of all, you'll notice that the approver is not me. So it will not auto-approve when I submit this. What will happen is an email will go to Mark saying, hey, you've got keys to approve. Now, if I click the down arrow, you'll see that Fred Stone is also an approver, so I could select him instead if I wanted. You can also remove from this list right at this time before submitting by clicking on the red X here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of 4E011. So it's gone off my list. And I can add and remove as much as I want, and then I can submit. So now before I submit though, I'm going to put some information here. This may help you out, or if you have any note to the locksmith or to the approver, you can put it here. All right. So once I have everything, I've got my recipient, I've got my key on the list, and I have some notes, I'm going to go ahead and submit. Now once I've submit, you'll see here that it's basically the same thing, but it lets you know that the request has been created, request 7120. And so now I can go ahead and close this, and you'll see my request is on my list. So I can monitor the requests that I have and see how they're doing. There are also some information in the reports. Now, some reports will work for you, some reports won't work for you. I would suggest that whichever ones are populated on this list, go ahead and take a look at and choose. If there's nothing on the list, there's nothing wrong. It's probably that you just haven't ordered any keys yet, or you don't have people in your department or something. It's not the best reporting. If you do have any other questions, you can also contact us if you need specific information about a holder, what keys they have, etc. But I would suggest that you just go through these different reports and see which ones, if anything, makes sense to you. And that's about it. Now that we're back, I would like to go through some points and clarify some ideas about keys. First of all, all keys must be ordered through the SimpleK web application. You can't do it through email. You can't do it through a phone call. You have to use the SimpleK web application to make your order. Now, ordering keys within your department, you request the key, and then your request will be auto-approved. So it's just 2 steps right in a row. And once it's auto-approved, it's ready to be processed by the locksmith. If you're ordering keys outside of your department, you request the key, and then the department key manager approves the key request. And then once they approve it, then it's ready to be processed by the locksmith. Here's a question. Who will approve my key request? Well, departments control their space. So key approval is tied to department ownership. If a key is ordered and an approver other than yourself appears on the line item, it's probably a door that opens to a space owned by another department. You may also be able to choose the approver by a drop-down list if there are more than one department key approvers. Now, if the ownership of a space is in question, who you contact is space management, spaceman@mst.edu. So this is how it works. Space management has floor plans of all the buildings on campus, and they also know which department has ownership of those spaces. So you can see here, there's a floor plan with different colors for different rooms. So Department 1 is green, so all the green rooms there are owned by Department 1. Department 2 is blue, so all the blue rooms are owned by Department 2, etc., etc. So if you're the key manager of Department 1, and let's say that you want to order a key for room 101 right here, well, when you create that request, then the key manager of Department 2 is going to be the approver. Here's another good question. Where's my new person in SimpleK? Well, the simple answer is they're not completely in the system yet. Generally, they'll appear 3 to 4 days after their start date. And possible reasons are maybe their start date hasn't happened yet, it's in the future, they haven't finished their I-9 paperwork, their EPAF, any other paperwork that needs to be finished in order for them to be onboarded. That has to happen before you can request keys for them. And just to give you an idea, the data flow to SimpleK. SimpleK is at the very bottom here, but at the top we have human resources, we have the registrar, we have IT, we have the UM system PeopleSoft, which is the accounting system. Now, all those have to have all their forms completed and all the paperwork completed before they're good to go. Once those 4 are good to go, then that information flows down to the student enrollment process or to the staff and faculty onboarding process. And once it rolls down to that, then and only then will it flow into SimpleK. So if they haven't done their paperwork yet or haven't completed their paperwork, they're not going to be in the system yet, so that we will not be able to issue them a key. Another question that I get a lot, where are the exterior door keys? Well, exterior doors are identified as 800 doors, and you can see from the graphic here in Bertelsmeyer Hall, 800-D1, 800-D2, etc., etc. Those are all exterior doors. Picking any one of those doors should give the locksmith enough information to fulfill the request. Most but not all buildings have the same key for all the exterior doors, but there are many buildings now that use card access. And if there is card access, then you will not be able to order a key at all, but you'll have to use your card. And if there's a question about that, then you'll have to contact access@mst.edu or locks@mst.edu if that new person's key card doesn't work yet. And here it is, card access doors. You'll not be able to order a key for exterior doors that have been fitted with the card access system. This may also pertain to interior doors with card access locks, such as laboratories or specialized storage facilities, things of that sort. How do I order master keys? Well, master keys are not selectable using the building door selection. You must know the 5-character key code in order to order the master key. That information can be requested by emailing locks@mst.edu. If you do that, please include the building in your request and what rooms you want to be able to get access to, and that will help them figure out which master key you need. They can give you that information, and then again, you can go to SimpleK and order the key by that 5-character key code. Returning keys. The key holder should return keys to the key shop at the General Services building. If you have any keys that should be returned, let's say the holder's already gone, you can return them in person or send them through internal mail. We do ask, though, that any keys for people who are not there anymore, please be returned. Or if a key's not being used, please return it. If you found a key, please return it. Now, key managers, you as a key manager, we're asking your assistants to manage these keys that are not associated with anybody anymore. So in other words, if somebody retires, or if they get transferred to another department, or if they get terminated, or if a student ends their semester, they graduate, if they're an intern and they're going to leave, those are all good reasons for you to help us assist with the retrieval of those keys. Please do not give keys from somebody who left to the next person. Please do not lend out your keys. Please do not give them away. It's very important that we track the ownership of the keys. If you have a new employee, we just would rather that you return the old keys, and then we will issue new keys for the new employee. That way we know who is the holder of those keys. For other information about keys and locks and access, we have key policies and other access information at locks.mst.edu. And once you go there, you will see a lot of information, and there's some links also on the policies, on how we handle things, and also there are links on requesting access. If you have any more questions, for SimpleK questions, software issues, or assistance, email simpleK@mst.edu. For department room ownership, if you have a question about who owns what room, or you should be owning another room, please forward that information or those requests to spaceman@mst.edu. If you have a question about physical locks or electronic locks, please send an email to locks@mst.edu. Please verify your attendance by sending an email to simpleK@mst.edu. And when you do that, you'll then receive a link to take the training assessment. And your authorization as a key manager is only available after taking the assessment. Thank you so much for your time.